Continuing. They agreed not to say the words central bank and that the central bank they created would appear to be an official agency of the U.S. government. Later, these men helped elect Princeton University President Woodrow Wilson as president. And I never knew that. Woodrow Wilson was actually the Princeton or the president of Princeton University as the President of the United States. On December 23rd, 1913, the day before Christmas Eve, when most members of Congress were home and people were enjoying the holidays. Now, pay attention to this. It said December 23rd, 1913, the day before Christmas Eve, when most members of Congress were home and people were enjoying the holidays, Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act into law, placing our entire monetary system into the hands of a private banking cartel. Now, they said they actually elected one of their own as the president to do this. So why don't you think these people could actually get you touched? Assassinations could be. I mean, I've heard that Kennedy was killed because of these people. I heard Lincoln was killed because of these people. Although, fuck them. That's just like some of these superstars. Like at the end of the day, that show you how cold the Most High is. Like some people didn't realize what they were doing. You know what I mean? And it's all the will of the Most High. Like with Dr. Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? Then actually realize, well, damn, you know what I mean? But that's the power of the Most High. But I can't feel sorry for no Bill Cosby, to an extent because of the fact he's a Jake. But at the same time, he was so brainwashed. I'm not even about to digress, but he was very brainwashed. You know what I mean? He used to look down on his own people, and and that's just a perfect fit. And he could die in there with all, because even though he's got luxuries in there, he's not living like I would live or some of us would live locked up. And I got a job. You know what I mean? He's literally like, he probably getting pussy and everything. If his wife fucking him, because if you best believe he's in a federal prison, but he's Bill Cosby. He got probably 600 million on his books. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they got access to billions of dollars. Why he locked up? You think a broad come in there ain't his wife? Oh yeah, look the other way. Right? The fuck. But my point of rereading that is because it reminds me of what just recently happened, what recently just took place last year. Damn, time going by fast. Ain't that the spirit? Woo. I was about to say last month. It's damn near going on March. Passover about to come up. That happened last in December. But when Trump allowed the government to shut down, you had people still living in Babylon, wasting all their money, spending about all these presents, and this motherfucker knew before Christmas that they wasn't signing the paperwork to get the government started. So, that's just, in my spirit, I think he's part of the elite. Because, like I said, in this book, although Esau is bringing out, like, it's by a guy named Paul McGuire and Troy Anderson, and they bringing out, like, a lot of pertinent information. Like, listen to this chapter. I know, like, some of the things, and I've been in the truth for a minute. I didn't know some of the things they're speaking on, but at the same time, so they bring out a lot, but then these devils trying to make it seem like they don't think Donald Trump is involved with the elite. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Your father, he was in a Jesuit school. You know what I mean? He was groomed for this shit. Flat out. It's not a coincidence that the Simpsons and, the Simpsons, well, Family Guy didn't do it, but the Simpsons had pre-programmed everybody he's going to be the president. So what the fuck? Anyhow, this is at the time Congressman Charles A. Lindenberg Sr. said this Federal Reserve Act establishes the most gigantic trust on earth. When the president signs this bill, the invisible government of the monetary power will be legalized. Listen very carefully. Salakia. The worst legislative crime of the ages is perpetrated by this banking and currency bill. So they knew what the fuck they was doing and still did it. Because at the end of the day, this Federal Reserve shit, all it did is, man, fuck everybody. You know, through poor judgment, because it's supposed to say you're supposed to move with wisdom down here. I was just listening to Ancient of Days, because we all probably listen to certain groups more so because for whatever reason, better orators and whatnot. Anyhow, I listened to Ancient Days a lot, and they was just saying how because I have been guilty of this. Like being over righteous, or not walking with wisdom. I've made a lot of foolish mistakes being living in the flesh instead of living in the spirit. Lord willing, I'm corrected of that, instead of keep on being, having to suffer for it and then being saved. Because even throughout making bad decisions, Yahweh by Yeshua Yahushua have saved me through these situations that I put myself in. I was just listening to speak on that, like, when you was in the world, the Most High came to your rescue. So how much more so while you're in the truth? Of course, it's gonna be martyrs and whatnot. And if that's your lot, that's your lot. And I know it's easier said than done, but at the same time, if that's your lot, the Most High puts you in that situation because you could bear it. You know what I mean? He's not gonna tempt you more than you are able. At the end of the day, it's this book by what's the dude name? Let me go because I like I said I read a lot of different books. As far as secular stuff, like I used to read a lot of secular, fictional, all that stuff. But then that show you the spirit though. Like I was listening to the brothers, the same camp going to like Game of Thrones, and he was like, that was really Jake. You know what I mean? And, now I always looked at it from the fantasy, but it's just the way the spirit worked. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I've always been into comic books and fantasy and whatnot. Then it seemed like all the brothers of the brother are into it. But then when you come and read the scriptures, like it's so amazing to me, like these stories, about when one man put 10. I mean, of course, I think everybody know about Samson, because that was like an amazing story in the scriptures, or Moses parting the sea and whatnot. But you know what I'm saying. But when you really go into like David, and you know what I mean, like. Like some of his mighty men, killing 700 men. They didn't bring them scriptures out. That's what I said. I know the Most High does everything at His time and His will. But I said if I had a better understanding of scripture back when I was younger, I was just telling this female I used to fuck with, to show how she is. She came to look for me on the internet. So I just so happen to have Messenger, Facebook Messenger, but I don't use it rarely. I use it rarely. You know what I mean? So she messaged me out there. I get this message. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And now, what her screen name is saying is not her real name. So I'm like, what the fuck? So then I ended up going through, the person page. I see somebody that she knows. So I'm like, now it's a million niggas on this bitch. So I ain't seen this woman in like over 15 years or something. So I'm like, damn. So I'm looking at the page and I'm like, well, that's funny that you looking for me, but you got all these men on your page. What is it about me that you looking for me? She get to talking about, oh yeah, this and that, and you did this and that and that and this and all that. So I'm like, okay. So, I got a demon. My demon done tore me all the way up. I ain't, fucked up out here. I'm going to use a woman for what she's worth. You know what I mean? A woman can't cook. She can't clean. You know what I mean? I don't need you to do none of that. You can let me get this man thing off, and that's about it. I don't want to talk to you about the Most High God or none of that shit. Because at the end of the day, these women fucked up. And to prove my point, like I said, I'm talking to her. She keep on texting me. I didn't give her my real number because I kind of figured she would be clingy because she was clingy back then. She kind of lightweight doing it. So only way she can get in touch with me is through the messenger. So boom. I just talked. Today is Wednesday. I just talked to her Monday. So she respond back, I talked to her Monday. I'm like, what's going on? You okay? She like, yeah, I'm good. She about to go to sleep. I'm like, okay, you sleep well. She like, okay, thank you. Tuesday, I hit her up because like I said, normally she would have responded or good morning or something. She didn't respond. So I'm hit her like 2 more times because I'm lightweight worried. Like, well, damn, you know what I mean? Like, she good, you know what I mean? Show you how funny the Most High is. So finally she texts back. She say, oh yeah, just want you to know I got a man in my life now. And you gotta laugh at it. She's like, I got a man in my life now, but we can be friends if that's okay. So I hit her with, I laughed. So I said, LOL. Then I'm like, I said, I ain't mean to go off on this or like that, but I laughed and I'm like, good luck to you, and left it at that. Like, that's a bitch problem, you know what I'm saying? Then you put me in a goofy ass situation because you just loved me. I'm talking about, like, if I was to show anybody these messages, that just show you how fickle and confused the bitch is, though, for real. Like I said, that's why I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I had a demon take me through some shit. I had my kids later in life, and this bitch so confused. I ain't gonna call her a bitch like that, but, because that demon on her is a bitch, though. But, you know what I mean, just, I'll never do that again, you know what I mean? With Nan, I don't give a fuck if she look like fucking the coldest thing. that you can imagine in your mind with a heart of gold. You know what I mean? I'm so fucking emotionally fucked up now. You know what I'm saying? Like my focus, my love is Sophia. You know what I mean? My focus, my love is Yahweh by Yashim Yahweh Shah. Like I said, but I'm like, well, damn, in my brain, I mean, I laughing at it and kind of curious, what kind of shit could you have started? Because just Monday it was cool, we gonna hang out, but now Tuesday you got a man. Like damn, so that means you had to have had a man when I was just with you. You had to have a man when you was texting me. You know what I'm saying? These hoes ain't shit, man. But my point, I just kind of digressed and went a little bit. Like I said, I'm scatterbrained a little bit. But the author's name is Terry Pratchett, and he a fictional writer. He writes a lot of these books called Discworld, and you know they're fantasy fiction, but he throws like twist and you know what I mean. They're a decent read if you know what I mean. Long story short, when I was locked up, I read this book, and you know it was like fantasy where it was these golems and whatnot, and the one guy he basically was like the mayor of the city, so he's trying to you'll have to read it, but the long story short, the premise breaks down to the plot. He was giving away something that people didn't understand. Like he worked at a bank, he was controlling a bank. No, it was a mayor that ran the city, and the mayor would keep the city running with by any means possible. So if he had to take a criminal to have him killing people that or wasn't good for the city, that's what he would do. And long story short, he took this criminal and made him like he put him in a position to actually like first he put him in a position to bring back a dying post office. So he was able to correct that. Then he ended up the same guy, I forgot what his name was, ended up being put in a position to actually run the bank. When he go through the whole situation, because the guy likes attention and fame. So, you know, man, he used to wear certain, he was kind of like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, you know what I mean, kind of lively. And when he get to going through the bank records and looking and sniffing shit out, he come to find out the bank didn't have any money, but they had these golems. So what he did was he took the golems, and that was the currency. So my point being is the guy Terry Pratchett was giving away what certain people know, but a lot of people are just lost to. At the end of the day, this is debt. Like like we have no real resources here. They got all the gold and everything now. So basically, that's why the whole purpose of this Social Security birth certificate shit. You're signing yourself over. So when brothers talk about that straw man and all that shit, that is real. You know what I mean? Salakia, I'm gonna read one more paragraph and then I'm gonna the Federal Reserve's international banking families, their assets or their policies. By law, we are not allowed to know the actual. Okay, look at this. By law, we are not allowed to know the actual names of the Federal Reserve's international banking families, their assets, or their policies. Essentially, we're not allowed to ask any questions. That's always a bad sign. Can you believe that shit? Since the Federal Reserve was established, America's national debt has grown 5,000-fold and the value of the dollar has declined by 98%. Some experts believe the elite's goal is to destroy the dollar as the world's reserve currency and then amid the ensuing chaos, replace it with a globalist-run monetary authority. Perhaps that's the economic reset the IMF has in mind. So with there, I'm going to stop. I'm going to try and finish this series. That's 222 and go to 237. So maybe like 15 more pages. So with that, I'm going to end the lesson. I hope it was somewhat edifying. Or not somewhat, I hope it was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal la Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rachakurash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom to the confusion of faith, brethren, join onto our ranks, as well as those that were hoping to Salaki to join onto our ranks. Shalom to the Akwaf and the Akim out there listening and learning. And Adawan Ratazar, I'm not able to come up at you with another lesson soon. And until then, shalom, shalom, and abad babal.